Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome to day 19 of our 21-day yoga challenge, Yoga for Everybody. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. Day 19. So glad you're here. You are doing awesome, right? Just a couple of days left, so stick with it. Stay committed. Keep showing up for yourself. Today, let's get started in Ragdoll. Come onto your mat, come to the front of your mat, and let's begin practice. Setting up for your ragdoll, feet about hips width distance apart. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Let your head drop. Coming into your forward fold, hands can rest on the ground, rest on props, they can dangle. I like to bring opposite hand to the crook of opposite elbow. So my hands are supported, upper body gets heavy. Tap into your foundation, feel your feet on the ground. Tap into your breath. Take a big breath in. Then a long breath out. Take a big inhale. Then a big exhale. And feeling your breath, you can add in a little bit of movement if that feels good. Right, swaying your upper body or shifting the weight of your body around. Notice if you start to hang out with your toes or clench your jaw. Set your foundation, steady foundation, but allow room for softness. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Plant your hands and step back to your downward facing dog. Or come on into your child's pose. Set your foundation here in your downward dog. Set your hands, spread your fingers. Feel the length of each of your fingers and how your fingers connect down to the ground. And then notice if you can feel the space between your fingers. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Be generous with the amount of space between your hands and your feet so you have a long stance. Let your heels soften. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. And if you want to add in some movement, walk out your dog, you can. Move your head or your hips around. And again, you can always come into child's pose in place of your downward dog or at any point during your practice today. Take a long breath in. And a big exhale. And from here, walk your hands back towards your feet. Keep your hips high. Use your core. And you can keep your feet at hips width or walk them together. And rise to stand. Come all the way up. Lift your hands up. Lift your heart. Look up. A big breath in. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Soften your shoulders. Set your gaze. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. You can set an intention for your practice. And take a long breath in. And a long breath out. And it's nice to remember that even if you don't set an intention, articulate your intention, there is intention in being right here, right now. Let's take another deep breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale, sweep up, reach up. Fold forward, exhale. Find your halfway lift, your flat back. Fold forward, exhale. Soften your knees. Inhale, rise to stand. Lift up, reach up, lengthen up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Now bring your hands to your mat and walk yourself out to your high push-up, high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Your low belly draws in and up. You can drop your knees down for a little more support to really feel how strong you are. Give yourself as much support as you need. And allow yourself to be supported. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, move forward, halfway down or all the way down. Low push-up. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Maybe your cobra or your low cobra, leading with your heart, shoulders soft. And as you exhale, back to your downward dog or your child's pose. Set your gaze to one point, traditional drishti. If it works better, close your eyes. Tune in to your breath. Take a big breath in. Then a long breath out. A big inhale. And a long exhale. Another deep breath in here, fill up. As you exhale, make your way to the front of your mat. You can step or jump, hop, halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, lift and reach, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to your mat. High push-up, strong foundation, strong core, forward and down, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog, cobra or low cobra. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Don't worry about how you're doing it or if you're doing it right. Just feel that you are doing this, that you are here. And give yourself some credit for that, for showing up. Day 19 of this 21-day challenge. That's really awesome. Take another deep breath in here. And as you exhale, make your way to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Lift up, reach up. Now Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down, sit back. Big bend in your knees. Hands higher at your heart. Feet together or apart. Big toes just a little bit closer together than your heels. And weight of your body more in your heels. So sit down and sit back. Take a deep breath in here. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Move forward and down, low push-up. You can come all the way down. Elbows squeeze in. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Warrior one. Rise up. Big bend in your front knee. Front foot flat and straight. Steady connection through your back foot. Roll the baby toe side of your back foot down into the ground. Lift and lengthen through your back leg. Lift up out of your hips here. Take a big inhale. Add in your warrior two. Adjust your feet. Fix your pants. Extend out through your arms, your fingers. And set your gaze forward or to the side. Let it work for your neck and your shoulders. Keep the bend in your front knee. Spin your palms to the sky. And take your right hand high for your reverse warrior. Reach up and go back. Connect down through your feet, but soften your toes. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. Bring your hands all the way down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Move forward and down, low push-up. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Now step your right foot forward again. Warrior one. Come up. Open out to your warrior two. Here, straighten your right leg. Pivot your toes towards the side edge of your mat. Set your feet parallel or pigeon-toed and interlace your fingers at your low back. Big toes are a little bit closer together than your heels. You can have a towel or strap between your hands. Lift up through your legs. Drop your knuckles down. Lift your heart. You can even take your gaze up here. A big inhale. And as you fold forward, exhale. As you fold forward, feel there's room to let your hands come up off your hips. Come up and over. Creating space to rinse your shoulders, to release any tension. Steady foundation. Set your feet. You can soften your knees. You can soften your toes. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another big inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Hands under your shoulders. Come halfway up. Pivot around towards the back edge of your mat. Your left toes point towards the back edge of your mat. Walk your hands around. Come to the ball of your right foot. And bring your right knee down to your mat. Now untuck your right toes so you're setting up your kneeling lunge. Hands can stay on your mat. Hands can come up to your left knee. And you can pad your right knee. Just fold the right edge of your mat under for a little more support there. Check in here. Grounded through your left foot. Bending your left knee. Get a little bit of a hip opener as the hips move forward and down. You can keep your hands on your left leg, or you can interlace your fingers at your low back. Again, towel or strap between your hands is a nice option. Shoulders roll back, heart lifts up, so you have a little hip opener, a little heart opener. Grounded, supported. Supporting yourself. A big breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now as you inhale, reach your hands up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Here, move forward and down, low push-up. Inhale to your upward dog, cobra or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. And breathe in and breathe out. Another deep inhale here, fill up. And as you exhale, make your way to your hands. Step or jump, halfway lift, flat back. Inhale, exhale, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Set your feet, bend your knees, sit down, lift up. I like to switch directions sometimes when I practice, when I teach. It gives you a different perspective. Your practice can really do that. Give you some space to give you a new perspective on things. Take a deep breath in here. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Move forward and down, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog, cobra or low cobra. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Here, step your left foot to your left thumb. Warrior one, rise up. Set your feet, feel your feet. Sometimes looking in a different direction can feel really different. Feel what's happening right here, right now. Feel the steadiness of your breath and your intention. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. You are here. You are showing up. And take a deep breath in. Open out to your warrior two. Right? Add in some space between your feet, even if it's just a half an inch. Left foot is flat and straight. Left knee tracks over left ankle. You hear me say a lot of the cues, a lot of the same cues a lot of the time. It's because I think no matter how long we practice, we need these reminders, physical alignment, and to keep coming back to our breath, to keep showing up. Spin your palms to the sky, take your left hand high, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in your front knee, soften your toes. Stay here, stay strong, but feel that you are here so you can soften into this and enjoy this. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hands come all the way down to your mat. High push-up, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now step your left foot forward again. Warrior one, come up. Open out. Warrior two. Once more, straighten your left leg. Pivot your toes towards the side edge of your mat. Set your feet so they're parallel or a little bit pigeon-toed. You can interlace your fingers at your low back again. You can work with a different hand variation if you like. If you interlace your fingers, switch your thumbs. Switch all of your fingers. So it's the non-habitual way you interlace your fingers. Big breath in. Fold forward as you exhale. And that might feel a little different, right? Showing up like this every day for this challenge. You might start to feel different in a good way. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. You might simply just begin to feel more, especially feeling where you are in your strength and in your power in this moment. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands. Hands under your shoulders, come halfway up. Pivot back around towards the front edge of your mat. Your right toes spin forward, come to the ball of your left foot. Hands on your mat, runner's lunge. Now lightly bring your left knee down and come into your kneeling lunge. Hands can stay on your mat. Walk them up to your right knee. Here you can pad your left knee, fold the left edge of your mat under. Just pause for a moment. Engage your core, low belly draws in and up. Feel your right foot flat on your mat. Not a lot of weight in the left knee. You can keep your hands on your right knee. Again, you can interlace your fingers at your low back. This is my favorite variation, so I'm going to do this again. You can take your hands up out to the sides, whatever feels good for you. Soften your shoulders, soften your hips, lift your heart. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. As you inhale, hands reach high, lift up. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Knees lifted or lowered, move forward and down, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog or your child's pose. Take a long breath in and empty out. Now in your downward dog, bring your feet together a little bit forward. Extend your left leg up to the sky, your three-legged dog. Press down away with your hands. Let your right heel sink closer to your mat. You can also work with your right knee down, so more of a tabletop. Left leg stays lifted. Bend your left knee for your down dog hip opener. Left knee lifts up. Lift up out of your shoulders and your wrists. Take a big inhale and come on into your half pigeon. Take your left knee forward to your left thumb. Walk your right leg back behind you. Sometimes there's room to adjust the foot. The left foot, you can bring it out to the right and a little bit forward. As you walk your right leg back, even out your hips. I like to walk my hands back towards my hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. A little bit of a lift to your chest and your heart. A big inhale. Lengthen and fold forward. Let your head land on your mat or on your hands or on a prop. And if this variation doesn't work, you can set up the variation on your back, your sleeping pigeon. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. As you breathe here, notice what you feel. Notice if you label what you feel, even resistance, right? That's just a word, it's just a label. Add in your breath so you have some space between what you feel and your thinking mind. So you have some space for yourself as you show up here today. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Another big inhale. And a big exhale. Set your hands under your shoulders. Come on up with your torso and make your way back to your downward facing dog. And if you want to come into a child's pose or a tabletop or move through a flow, absolutely go for it. Take a long breath in and a big breath out. Now bring your feet together and walk them in an inch or two. Shorten your stance in your downward dog for stability. Take your right leg up to the sky for your three-legged dog. My left heel makes it down to the ground, but yours might not. But notice if you're holding your left heel up, let it drop, even if it doesn't touch the ground. Right leg stays lifted. Bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. And again, you can drop your left knee down. Find this in more of a tabletop. Take a big inhale. And come on into your half pigeon. Roll the hip down. Bring the right knee forward towards your right thumb. Walk your left leg back behind you. Adjust the right foot. Maybe creep it a little bit forward over to the left. Feel your left leg so you can feel it long behind you. And then again, maybe walk your hands back, even out your hips. Take your time setting it up. Take a big breath in. And then lengthen and fold. Sometimes we're so focused on the goal, the end point, that we do miss all the little moments in between, right? The transitions here between the poses. Right? Absolutely. Get to day 21. We are going to get to day 21. But we're going to get to day 21 by being right here, right now. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale. Hands under your shoulders. Come up, sweep your back leg out and around in front of you. And simply lie down on your back. Draw your knees to your chest here. Give them a little squeeze. And set up for your Shavasana. You can take your legs out. You might take your legs up. If you want to work with a variation that gives your low back a little more support, feet together, knees wide is nice. Another option, feet wide and knees together. Arms and hands alongside you, palms up, shoulders soften down. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Wiggle your fingers and toes. You can let your head roll side to side. Just bring some gentle movement back to your body. Drawing your knees to your chest. Give them a squeeze. Give yourself an embrace. Roll to one side. Make your way to seated. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your gaze here. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Together, let's take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Drawing your thumbs to your forehead, to your third eye center. Together we say, Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining me for practice today. Day 19, you're doing great. Thanks for joining me for this whole challenge. Wow, day 19, only 2 more practices left. You are doing great. You are showing up, and that is awesome. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel. Most important, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you on your mat tomorrow.